Hi everyone. Okay, I just finished my English coaching calls for today, and I wanted to talk to you about a really common mistake. I do about 5 hours of English coaching every day with professionals who use English as a second language, and I see this, I'd say, at least once a day. This is especially common with native Slavic language speakers. So if that's you, then this might be especially interesting. Let's take a look. Okay, so here is our mistake for today, our common mistake. And here it is. After lunch, I should to call my boss. There is a mistake in this sentence, a really common mistake. Can you see it? After lunch, I should to call my boss. There are too many words in this sentence. One of these words needs deleting and removing. So the mistake is somewhere in the middle of this sentence. I should to call. One of these words needs removing. Which one is it? It's the word to. So let's take a look at what this sentence should look like. After lunch, I should call my boss. Notice that sentence as well that I said before it. Let's take a look at what this sentence should look like. Let's take a look at what this sentence should look like. Notice what we did with both of these sentences. Should call, should look. The word should is immediately followed by that verb, the main verb that it is acting on. Modal verbs like should are never going to be followed by the word to. There may be some exceptions, I can't think of any, but this is a great rule to follow and a really important one. Modal verbs will never be followed by to. What are modal verbs? Should, would, could, may, might, can, and must. Okay, so we're over here on Google Books Ngram Viewer, and let's just type in the word should to get started. So what we're doing here is searching 8 billion books, that's 8 with 9 zeros after it, written over the past 220 years. And what we're doing is looking for the word should and then the next most common word after it. What do we get? Well, we get a list of the 10 most common words after the word should. Should be, should not, should have, should also, should take, should go, should like, should never, should the, should make. What is not in this list? To. Let's have another one. Must. This is a really common one. Must to. Is to in that list? The 10 most common words to follow must? No, it's a bit small. Can we zoom this in a bit for you? There we go. So we've got must. The 10 most common words after must? No, it's not in that list. Let's do another one. Can. Can to? No. Can do? Cannot, can be, can see, can get, can only, can have. Yeah, it's not in that list. What's one more? Let's do might. Let's do a search. Might to? It's not there. So modal verbs, should, would, could, may, might, can, must, you'll never follow with the word to. Let's do one more search, and here we're on play phrase. So we're going to be searching movies, and let's see what we find. We've got 16,343 scenes, clips from movies where we are going to use the word should. You should just stay here. Just there is our adverb modifying the word stay, which is our main verb. You will find sometimes you can put adverbs between should and your main verb. What else? Should read. Perhaps you should read the instructions first Batman there in The Dark Knight 2008 being taught about instructions. You should be aware of that. The verb to be. You should be. You should not doubt him. And let's have a look. One more. Yeah, there's a great one. The Lord of the Rings, the first Lord of the Rings movie. We have, I think you should leave the ring behind. I think that's, yeah, there we go. Gandalf speaking there. So, you may be making this mistake because you're thinking about need to and have to. Need and have are very often followed by the word to, depending on the context. Let's do our search here. Remember, when we put modal verbs in here, we don't find the word to afterwards. What about need? Let's take a look. Most common words, hold on, let's move over, there we go. Most common word after need, that's to. Wow, right up here. Since 1977, the most common word in written English after the word need has been to. So this may be why you feel like making this mistake. So what you need to know is that the rules for need and have are different to the rules for modal verbs like should, would, could, may, might, can, and must. So there we go. I hope that you learned something new today. Maybe you found out about a mistake that you personally make a lot. If you are watching this on LinkedIn, then feel free to follow me on LinkedIn, connect if you like. If you are on YouTube, then hey, feel free to find me on LinkedIn. You can search for Breakout Business English over here. You can search for that on LinkedIn. And if you're on YouTube, hit subscribe, hit like, do all the YouTube things, and I will see you next time. Thanks, everyone.